Hey there, everybody. We are back discussing the NCIS Season 19 premiere.
Welcome back, everybody.
It has been a long hiatus. We have been spending all of this time thinking that something horrific was going to happen to Gibbs.
And it was really badass instead.
Okay, listen. Gibbs Gibbs has like some superhuman qualities to not only like heal but like move around. Like this guy is not young.
Listen, seeing him come out of the water with the boat piece in him, that was so badass. Watching him with the motorcycle, that was so cool. Like, yeah, no, he's the cowboy. Like, let's just call it what it is.
I'll call it what it is, which is this episode wanted to establish Gibbs into the Marvel Universe with all of his abilities to be able to continue to be alive after all of this.
All right, before we get too deep into the episode, make sure you hit that subscribe button. We are back for NCIS. We will be here all season with you with new videos every single Monday after the episode.
Okay. Hot take time. We just made it through the premiere. Like, was this actually worth like the month's worth of hype?
Hell yes,
Okay.
It was. Okay, it so was. They hit so many things that I wanted to see, with one of them being that I didn't want them to just gloss over Bishop leaving, and they didn't.
No, I think they did that fairly well. Like, I liked the scene where you see Torres sort of dealing with the loss over at her place, and then you've got Jimmy showing up probably because she knew that Torres would have a hard time taking it on.
Yeah, and for me, this scene actually confirmed for me that there was something going on off the screen. The minute that he pulled that gun out of, the vent, and Jimmy's like, you guys passed over the toothbrush thing. It's like, yeah, this has been going on. And I had felt that already, that things were kind of heating up with that episode where the two of them were both in cells. I feel like a kiss happened off screen. Then when we saw them kiss in that finale, it was real familiar. They were very familiar. That did not feel like a first kiss. That felt like a many times over kiss.
They had stuff going on. Like, let's family show, so family video, but they got stuff going on. I think that all makes it clear. But good on you guys, writers, for not just like making us forget that Bishop was a part of the show, which I was very worried they were going to do.
Yeah, I was a little bit worried about it. I mean, we are moving into a new season. We have some new cast members. I mean, we only saw Jessica Knight tonight, but we are moving into this new era of NCIS. So I was a little bit worried that we weren't going to get much more of Bishop, but they did it right.
They did it right. And you know what they also did right? Okay, I am with you that I loved a lot of the Gibbs stuff, even though it was all... There's a part of my brain that is like, this is all so ridiculous, and yet I was totally in on it, including, Gibbs being okay after the explosion in the first place, and then finding, like, the weird, I don't know, creep-tastic house in the middle of nowhere that looked like it could be home to a serial killer.
This is not the first time in 19 seasons that they have done something like this with Gibbs, where he feels like he's just right in the edge of superhuman. So I'm already in on this ride. Like, it feels like I'm continuing the ride.
So we have this sequence of Gibbs sort of, waking up and trying to get a sense of what is around him. And, he finds out we have like Fernell's evil twin and then like some other woman who are there who like trying to take care of him. And I was just thinking at first, like, are these random people the serial killers? Because that's going to be weird.
Yeah. And I mean, even though it sort of took him on a little bit of a different case than he was really trying to figure out, because he's really trying to figure out who this serial killer is. This person that he's been working with Marcy to try to find all this time. And he's kind of stumbled into this other thing. But this serial killer case still out there, still going strong.
And then we had our villain, our dastardly foe in this episode, Mr. security guy, well, the Sheriff Randall, who apparently Randall did not do any YouTubing or viewing on what sheriffs are supposed to look like or how they're supposed to answer questions.
Oh, even for that one, I was kind of like, okay, he's got his star on the wrong side. Later, he's like, this is my brother's outfit. And I'm kind of like, okay, if that's true, like, that's something you would probably have noticed over time. You a liar. I don't believe you.
Can we just say it that Sheriff Randall sucks? Because I feel like he does.
Yeah, he's a so-so villain, but it brought me a lot of good action, so I was fine with that. Seeing Gibbs snipering out of the tree, I love all this stuff. This is what I've been waiting for all summer.
I will say this. Mark Harmon delivered everything I wanted Mark Harmon to deliver in this episode, including, I think, my favorite moment of the entire thing. You know, he finally is on the phone. He's calling up Marcy, but she hands it over to McGee, and then he like hangs up on McGee like 5 seconds later. So, okay, Gibbs.
I was really happy to see this episode end with McGee finding him, going and talking to Gibbs and straight up saying, listen, I have figured out about Rule 91. I don't like it. It sucks. Also, it then is counterintuitive to rule number 1, which is you can't screw over your partner. And of course, Gibbs is like, well, we're not partners. And McGee has reminded him that he is everybody's partner. This is a team. It is not just Gibbs is a lone cowboy. We know that he thinks he is, and we know that he is to some degree, but he is part of this team, whether he likes it or not. So I was really happy, especially with all the sort of, is Mark Harmon leaving this season? And then some of these articles that have come out. Oh, he's only in like a handful of episodes. It was nice to just have that moment where McGee was like, are you in? And Gibbs saying, what do you got? Which basically means yes.
How come Gibbs never answers a question firmly? Like,
I know,
he's
right?
always like, what do you got? Or meh, or he just doesn't say anything.
Meh.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we've gotten a few mehs from Gibbs. That sounds like a horse. I'm pretty sure we've gotten a few of those from him over time.
Yeah, he'll answer with a grunt. Yeah, that's the thing.
So yeah, I'm glad to have like that part of it out of the way. At least we know that Gibbs, no matter how he is a part of the story, he is still a part of the story. We don't have to worry about that.
Yeah. For right now, I'm still kind of concerned, but I mean, it seems like he's not coming back necessarily to NCIS. They were very clear on that. As of right now, I haven't seen the promo, so maybe the promo is showing him walking back in while I'm recording this video. But the way that they left it, it felt like it was going to be kind of like the team is going to be off the books a little bit working with Gibbs.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think it's going to be something where if there are episodes we don't see Gibbs, they're going to be like, oh, Gibbs is off doing this or that, or he's investigating on his own or whatever. I think he's going to be not a consultant to the team, but like an asset that they've got kind of underneath the surface who may or may not be following the rules.
All right, so let's talk about Marcy for a second, because the part of this episode that was starting to like get in my craw, and that's just
I know what it is.
You guys know, if you've been watching this channel a while, that I am a Slibs fan. If you are new, I am a Slibs fan, and I would really like to see down the road Sloan and Gibbs figure it out. I know she's not on the show right now.
Yeah.
But if Gibbs is going to leave the show, that's where I want to see him go. And the thing with Marcy is just, I like that he has this friendship with a woman on the show, and it's not necessarily what's going on. And we had that question throughout this episode. Oh, are these two hooking up? Is this his girlfriend? Is this a lover? Is this someone like whatever? It was nice to finally just have Marcy be like, it's none of your business. This has nothing to do with anything. How old are you?
That was the perfect comeback to all of like the juvenile banter that we've seen between NCIS agents over the years on this. But this is the thing. This is the big thing that bothered me about some of that, was just that it felt like the writers are just kind of like, hey, you know that's Pam Dauber, right? You know that's Mark Harmon's wife. It's like, yes, we all know that is Pam Dauber. We all know her relationship to Mark Harmon.
We do, and it's nice in a way to just see these two sharing a screen together where it's not like a forced relationship. And what I mean by that is because they're married in real life, they must also have romantic relationship on screen as well. That's why I was kind of like, no, stop. I just want to actually see them have something different and not just kind of be playing themselves where it's like, well, we know this role. We've been married for time. So, just be friends. It's much more interesting that way.
Here's what I did enjoy about how they used Jessica Knight in this episode. I liked the Vance bringing in the random probie first, and I think that guy's name was like Agent Hollister. And by the way, Hollister is like where every guy in high school who wanted to beat me up, like that's where they all got their clothes at the mall. So I was just like, get this Hollister guy off my TV ASAP. Have that be over.
I agree. Now I don't like him either.
No, screw you, Agent Hollister. I'm not even positive that was your name, but we're going with it. And then we got Jessica Knight, who I think she fits in well. I'm glad she doesn't seem like just Bishop 2.0, that she's kind of like her own character.
No, she doesn't really seem like anybody that I've really seen on this show, and I'm happy for that.
Yeah, and I like Katrina Law. I think Katrina Law is going to bring a lot to the show. I think she's going to bring some new energy. Hopefully, she's just going to be really, really fun.
And she is not going to be a love interest for anyone. I would also really like to just see her be part of the team and not just be brought in as sort of like Torres's next love interest or, fit in next love interest, unless it's with Jimmy.
I was about to say.
There is something very interesting about the idea of those two getting together. And I know that there's not really been much of anything there, but,
No.
I kind of like it.
I wouldn't be mad if they go in that direction either. I'm just knowing NCIS, they will spend the next 5 years if the show goes that long, kind of getting us hyped about it, and then one of them is going to leave, and then they're going to kiss the other one before they do.
For sure. I just don't want to see her come in and be the next Torres love interest. Like, he doesn't need a love interest. There's enough going on with him that he can be fine.
Finally, at least for the one moment that we have not talked about in this episode, that may be my favorite moment of the entire episode.
Mm-hmm.
We're at the start of it. The random cop is asking the questions. They bring up the boat, and she asks, how does the boat get out of the basement?
I know.
This will never get old. I will laugh every single time this is brought up on the show.
They also brought up the City Mouse thing, which I thought was kind of neat.
Yeah, I did not expect that.
No, I didn't expect that either. So, for all you NCIS New Orleans fans, that was a nice little nod.
Yeah, I agree. Look at you guys honoring the show that you got rid of last season.
Oh, dear.
But anyway, we're going to sign off here. But what did you guys think about the NCIS Season 19 premiere? Are you hoping Gibbs around a little bit more often? What was your favorite moment? Give us all that in the comments. And also, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you here next time.